Sir.
Dear Chairman Todd and committee members, thank you for the opportunity to submit testimony for this measure. My name is Preston Mitchum, and I'm an attorney and policy director for URGE, Unite for Reproductive and Gender Equity. URGE is a national and multi-state organization based in Ward 2 of Washington, D.C. URGE is a youth-led reproductive justice organization committed to building a world where all people have agency over their bodies and relationships, and the power, knowledge, and tools to exercise that agency. At URGE, we not only fight against the threats to abortion access, we also push our uncompromising vision to expand that access. Whether a person decides to become a parent, choose adoption, or have an abortion, we all deserve the access the support and healthcare we need and build the families we want. URGE stands for the rights of all people to make those decisions for themselves, free of stigma, shame, violence, barriers, or government interference. We work in the South and Midwest, specifically Alabama, Georgia, Kansas, Ohio, and Texas, to make abortion access a reality. We know from that work that it's important to enact policies that protect abortion access for all, especially including young people. Many people already struggle to access abortion, and state lawmakers and the Trump-Pence administration have shown themselves to be intent on further restricting abortion access across the world, including in the nation's capital. In DC, of course, we're particularly vulnerable due to the lack of our statehood and home rule, to the whims of Congress. We need lasting protection for abortion access now, no matter what happens in Congress, and no matter what happens in the Supreme Court next year. Unfortunately, unjust laws, abortion stigma, and deeply rooted health and economic inequities in DC and across this country create barriers for far too many when they make their decisions about continuing or ending a pregnancy. Pushing abortion out of reach has dire consequences for pregnant people, their health, their families, and their economic stability. When abortion care is unavailable and inaccessible, the harm falls hardest on those struggling financially or those who already face significant barriers to accessing health care. Reproductive health care is already out of reach for many people with low incomes, young people, LGBTQ+ people, trans and non-binary people, and people of color. We must work to ensure access to health care does not depend on who you are, where you live, or how much money you make. At URGE, we are also strongly opposed to the criminalization of self-managed abortion. No one should fear being penalized because of their own abortion or miscarriage. There are many reasons why one may manage their own abortion outside of a clinical setting. It may be because abortion care at a clinic is unavailable, inaccessible, or simply not desired by the individual. That's why URGE strongly supports B23-434, the Strengthening Reproductive Health Protection Amendment Act of 2019, which would recognize and protect the right of every individual to access reproductive health care, including abortion, without government intrusion. This bill would ensure the district will not punish any individuals for seeking, inducing, or attempting to end their own pregnancy. If this district believes in the rights of women, people of color, people with low incomes, LGBTQ+ people, and those who have been system impacted, it will do their due diligence in passing this law. I thank Councilmember Todd and his co-sponsors of the Strengthening Reproductive Health Protections Amendment Act. And I again thank Councilmember Todd and this committee for the opportunity to testify. I now urge this council to pass this legislation and recognize and protect the right of every individual to access reproductive health care without government interference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.